sometimes.
The 10 points of alchemy. Alchemy. No, that's not what you're talking about.
No, we're talking about dismantlement versus anarchy.
Right, it was anarchy.
They are not the same thing.
No, because dismantlement has the goal to reassemble.
Dismantlement.
To try to build something better, which is futile.
Well, it has the collective bearing. You know, it's just that's what the goal is. I guess the collective well-being.
Whereas anarchy,
It's like
it's
every man
the
for himself.
dismantlement, so that the individual. No, it's not necessarily every man for himself. It's more of individual takes ownership for individual.
Walking Dead and shit.
No. That's the fake thing that they feed us. It's more about individual taking ownership for individual. I own all my mistakes. I own.
I actually watched my very first episode.
I own all of my opportunity.
Privy
If I
to
don't
the
have
pre-show.
opportunity, it's because I didn't do hard enough work to create opportunity. You know,
Very
that's anarchy.
This is not.
philosophical show start today. This is how we actually prep for the wild and
like warming up.
crazy marijuana comedy that we perform. Yeah.
Oh,
There we
wow.
go.
Disorder.
It's dismantlement.
Hey,
Wait, no.
Fucking dismantled anarchy, I think.
Sure.
Yeah. But as you know, you're here at the show. And I'm Marijuana Man. This is From Under the Influence. If you can imagine that for a moment.
Imagine, if you will,
You are under the influence. And you are.
in a time when you are under the influence.
And we certainly are here. I'm thrilled to have Al at my side.
What's happening?
Back from the beyond.
I was way in the beyond.
In the
Where'd you go?
beyond.
Deep within. Deep within.
Is it dark?
No, it's very, very, very light.
Lots of light, but
Very light.
not really clean.
No, not very clean.
It's kind of
A lot of that in there too.
deep within.
So I had to do a little bit of housekeeping in the temple.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they ever had me do was clean up too when I was there. But
Crazy, eh?
yeah, well, here's a broom.
That's how you earn the
You got a
golden.
broom?
That's how you earn the golden fez.
I was so
I got a
lucky
toothbrush.
to have a broom.
Yeah, I got a little toothbrush.
Wow.
Stage 1,
This,
the toothbrush, and then you move up to
That was
a bristle scrubber,
dental
and then you get the
temple
broom.
dentistry.
Yeah.
Then after you master the broom, you get the golden fez.
Master the broom.
I got mixed up with this other person.
What are you talking about?
Mastering the well.
'Cause we all look the
Wow.
same,
It's
right?
the highest honor in Canadian curling. Is the broom master.
Yeah.
Ouch.
You're the king of the bonspiel.
Bong spiel.
Fire that puppy up.
Hey, we should have weed curling and it's a bongspiel.
There is such a thing. I've stolen the joke from an ad I saw the
Really?
other day for such a thing.
Wow!
Bong spiel.
Awesome.
And it was funny. And a good thing. I hope they get away with it.
So a cannabis 420 friendly curling,
Thing.
I like it.
Somehow, some way.
Well, curling is absurd as it is. So it really should include weed.
I don't know how it became a thing, honestly.
Huh? No.
You mean off and on?
What's going on?
On.
The switch is broken on this one.
I sold the switch on this
Mic
one.
Switching. Some mic.
Somebody, dug this out and sold it for the.
So do I have to say that all again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it sounded like you were shouting about that.
Really? Huh? That's so uncharacteristic.
Who's there today?
So, yeah, welcome to the show, all those watching, and all you find people in the chats, more than one chat.
It's very busy up there on the screen.
Dab curling, you could do that, I think.
Dab curling.
Actually, curling to me, it's not a thing to, I don't know. It's a marvelous little sport. I played it a couple times, and it was, fuck, you can do a lot of cool shit. It's like kind of like playing pool. And
You could really fall and hurt yourself.
you can, and that's, well, that's part of it. The dangers of curling. Because everybody who does it is drunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sponsored by Molson's.
Yeah, of course it is. Every sport
Everything is.
is sponsored by booze.
Beer.
They go together so well for those who are not actually playing the sport.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they invented curling. They're like, we need one sport where we can play it loaded. A professional athletic sport
Use a deadly
where we can play it fucking loaded.
Yeah.
and play
Yeah.
it absolutely shit-faced.
Yeah.
And will do it in every small and
Yeah, we're
big
going to restrict it to
town,
very small towns.
everywhere,
Well, 'cause there's
in
nothing else to do
everyone.
in the middle of winter. Like where I'm from, that's the big thing.
Yeah,
It's
ice.
a huge thing. It's a huge social thing. It's like, you know,
No, it's fun though. I
an
like
excuse to
I
get
like it.
drunk.
You can do a lot of fucking trick shots and shit.
I've
It's,
been to the old Neepawa Bonspiel before.
Well, yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
out
Oh, yeah.
Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yeah, it's
But-
huge. Along with cutting out stuff.
everything will become infused. It's not the legalization of cannabis, it's in the infusing of the world is what's going to happen. Marijuana will be infused in everything that you can imagine
Oh, yeah, it's happening.
because it's not already, right? Everybody's going to try everything to see what catches on because it's just an open market. From cereal to cream to toothpaste to shampoo to fucking everything. Everything.
Well, a lot of supplements are claiming that it boosts the supplement's ability if you mix it with, what is it? CB whatever's in.
CB whatevers. There's a lot of the C's in there.
A
Eh?
lot of those C's, man.
CBD,
But
CBD.
it will be a good thing, the infusing of the world. Right? Eat your eat your radios, kids.
Your radios.
Yeah, you'll feel great.
I
You'll
think
be
they could still call
healthy
them
and you-
Cheerios.
Yeah, they could.
They just changed the campaign. They put a smile on your face.
That's right. And the potato chip munchies will be big heroes.
Elevate your mornings with Cheerios.
Sure.
Now
cereal.
now fortified with all the CB whatevers.
Yes.
Lift cereal with high content.
Now with more CBD whatevers than before.
Yeah, there you go.
And taste great. No, I firmly believe it. It's going to happen because it's an open market and you got to try.
I heard
People sit-
Alphabets is really looking at it so that they can downsize their letter skew to just have THC, CBD,
yeah,
CBD.
right.
They're looking at how much money they can save on the crossover use of a C. Like, oh wow, we can really shave costs.
Kellogg's cannabinoids.
Yeah,
Alpha Bud.
Alpha Buds.
cannibalogs.
No, it's gonna
Not
happen.
for cannibals.
It's going to happen. I've probably by saying these things now I've created thought
Oh no, it's happening.
in people's minds. There are 24/7 people are sitting down trying to figure out how to do all that. And it's coming, the slippery slope. So, should be interesting, but it's goofy along the way constantly. There was a little story about such a thing yesterday. I read it. BCIT, I think it was. Could be wrong about that. But University of British Columbia, they've started a research program with a couple of professors to look into the infused beverage, cannabis-infused beverage is what they're going to do at university. Is look at that. Here's what I think they're going to conclude.
Is that the new thing that just happened? It's a merger, an R&D thing with some guys from the States. They're trying to better suspend cannabinoids.
No, I didn't see anything about that. I think it was just a
reading
straight up
something about
research thing they're doing at the university. Right? So, but here's what I think they're going to find. Yes, cannabis infuses into beverages. Yes, it works. Yes, it won't hurt you.
I think what they're going to find is they need some sort of foul-tasting sulfactant in order to suspend it in an emulsion in their beverage. But we don't.
But
so get at us.
it's just another fucking cash grab for the university professor to get research money to do stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Right? It's just fucking nonsense. What the fuck are you doing? What kind of research is this?
What you're doing to my weed.
Right? You're just going to wreck it more. Want to control it more.
Is it
Right?
possible to wreck it more at this point?
Well, they are hell-bent to do that because they'll let anybody come along. They'll let the beer companies come in and start making shit. Like, really? Based on what safety program? Right? Oh, okay, well, Molson's is safe. They're spewing out death-dealing substances constantly. So, we don't want them anywhere fucking near cannabis, quite frankly. They can't be trusted. They're killers. Yeah, but here in Canada, with through legalization, they'll let fucking anybody in. American companies, doesn't fucking matter. Companies all over the world are diving in here to take shit away from Canadians even having a chance. Right? Not that, like, I'm not that kind of guy Canadians should have. Right? But still, what the fuck? They haven't thought this through. Well, maybe they have thought it through completely, and they're fucking right
This
on
could actually
schedule.
this could all be part of their design.
I don't think they're that. They don't have it together well enough to do that. Thank Christ. But they are opportunists. No, what? The other day, the fucking guy in Ontario, the latest politician to get into the marijuana industry, he ran the fucking liquor board in Ontario and the Ontario Cannabis Store. And then he didn't get reelected in the last election.
Whoops.
So he was done with that, but now he's right into the legal marijuana biz. You go, oh my God, like, could this not be more conflict of interest? If you're interested in the conflict? Because, wow, the opportunity could not exist greater with any other fucking Canadian except that guy. Should there not be some measure here on who gets to play in the new industry that they just helped fucking create? For some clown from America? Some American company? Not clown, I don't know. He looked like a clown, though. He had a big red nose and makeup on.
He had a big red nose.
But they say there's no...
Pretty sure his name was Bozo.
Like, really, they've just created this fucking mire of interested individuals that, well, by and large, know absolutely nothing about cannabis. Nothing. Right? What is there, fucking 100 stores across Canada and they can't provide weed for those? There's 100 fucking stores in Vancouver.
They got weed.
They all got weed. Of course, we know. But still, come on. You made this fucking... You allowed these companies to be worth billions of dollars somehow and not be able to provide any cannabis in all these months.
See, I
and
think
months.
the problem is they more than tripled their client base without increasing their supply chain.
And postal strike. Hello.
Well, so it's like
Moldy weed. Hello.
we're not gonna let
Well,
you.
that's the thing. The weed's all fucking old. Right?
About packaging.
They all grew it a long time ago, and they haven't grown anything since. Like, really? I saw one guy put his picture up of his weed that he bought at the legal store. It was packaged in July. You go, what?
Yeah.
Like, you could have 2 more crops. Like, what about perpetual harvest? Did you not hear about that? All the master growers you keep flaunting? Like, really? Stunned a little bit. Me and Al could have provided enough, for fuck's sakes.
Oh yeah,
So there's something really wrong with
we
the
could
whole.
have got
with
10 of the heaviest hitters, all doing their own program, and in a facility had 10 master growers, all running, 200 lights each. Boom.
But didn't come and look or ask. Okay, could have.
So if any of you guys need some production protocol developed, you let us know.
Minus the approved 22 chemicals and.
Well, I don't mind that so
I
much.
didn't even.
Well,
It beats I'm gonna be honest here. It beats what's happening right now in the grow world. Right now, anybody can go to almost any store here in British Columbia and get extremely toxic, restricted
yeah.
chemicals in little tiny unmarked vials with 0 instructions on what to do with them, and drench their whole crop and boast that they don't have any pathogens.
Yeah.
Anybody can do that right now in the fucking open market, and I fucking know for a fact a lot of people do. A lot of mother houses, a lot of clone houses, a lot of people do that shit.
so do we know the long-term effects of ingesting these things?
Yeah,
over a
you're
lifetime?
smoking cyanide gas.
Right, exactly.
You know.
So I
But
don't know. In the end,
But
what
it-
did we say? They're just going to declare it dangerous.
So I really don't mind so much the restriction or there's 22 of this or whatever. There has to be some sort of regulatory on what you can use. And let's face it, man. No, none of the fucking grow shops that I know of are following those regulations. They're all selling fucking under the shelf bad shit.
yeah, for all
I'm
these,
not saying
for
they're all, but there are
for all
some
these
that
years. They've been
are.
doing
For
it.
many years,
Many
years.
years.
And there's major clone supply facilities that are drenching their mother stock in a lot of this toxic shit
Yeah.
because it stays within the plant body for 5-6 months and you don't get pathogens. So come on.
And on the other hand, no one has reported to be hurt by any of it.
Hard to say.
Well, no one's come forward in all these years. When I first
Well-
got started in this biz, everybody was talking about Avid. Oh, people are starting to use fucking Avid, which is, I don't know, some Agent Orange shit or something.
It's horrible.
Right? And everything ever since. Yet, no one has come forward with any problems from having consumed cannabis. Now, I'm not saying it's okay to do that.
Nobody's
and
been
that-
able to link any
Right.
problems somebody has directly with anything
but maybe.
ever. Even in tobacco smokers or factory workers,
Well, there's so
you
much-
can't say exactly what caused this or
There's
this and
too many
this.
variables.
But we know that there's a lot of cannabis smokers who have smoked cannabis their whole life that are now battling terminal illnesses.
Well,
So
true-
where did
true
they come
enough.
from? They were cannabis consumers their whole life, but somehow they got a terminal illness.
Well, how do you differentiate?
Is it
variable
from-
what the food you consume, the water?
Yeah,
you
there's
drink,
so many
clothing
variables.
You're wearing, what you wash your body.
There's
with.
a lot of
not easy.
variables.
It's,
But I couldn't, in good conscience, say that nobody's gotten sick from Meltotox or Avid for sure. I know that I've
that makes
smoked
sense.
I've smoked bud that's had melatotoxin avid and had fucking serious bad respiratory response. So I can't see how somebody can burn through pounds of that stuff and then have a healthy respiratory system. It's just there's no way. It's going to do some kind of damage.
Well, Al raises a good point. So,
There's a lot of
But-
misconception that
how about a
it's-
grow operation, if you will, that doesn't have to have any of those things?
No, I totally think that that's the way.
Isn't-
Or if you are going to use
isn't that
some
possible?
sort of pesticide or fungicide, why not use terpenes? Seriously, you're not fucking using essential oils and terpenes to battle your pests and your fungus? Really?
No, they don't have a fucking clue, right? The master growers that have come along to see, the problem is the people who started these giant fucking companies didn't know anything about cannabis, not a fucking thing. So they went out and got the first guy that did to be their guy, because just about anybody knows more about cannabis than they do.
See,
Right?
there's a whole other side to the federal legal market that people don't realize, and that's getting your products approved for use. So that's a whole other process. So you can become an LP, or you could be the guy that supplies all of the nutrients that the LP has to use. There's something that happened in Quebec at one of the facilities. And there's a potassium nitrate product that they have to use, and it's like $400 a kilo. It's fucking potassium
What do you mean?
nitrate. It's crazy.
Who tells them they have to use? They have to
It's in the approved
Oh,
the approved product. So if you're going to use a potassium nitrate, there's only certain approved potassium nitrates you can use. The people that own that nutrient company paid like millions and millions and millions of dollars to have their potassium nitrate be the potassium nitrate. When really it's the same.
And
It's
then
like
boast
you
about
could just go get a 40-gallon drum of it for a few $100s. Why pay $400 a kilo? So there's a whole other side to the LP game that people don't realize
Gross.
either, and that's the approval of products.
Well,
It'd be interesting to do third-party civilian testing.
I
So
love-
taking all of those
love
those
parties.
approved products that are approved by Health Canada and getting those tested in third-party labs to see if they're actually safe at those combustion temperatures and all of that kind of stuff, or if it's just somebody paid enough money to have their toxic stuff approved.
Al raises a very good point.
I think it's
Totally unexpected that he would twice today already.
See, I think it's there could be a civil like a civil coalition that happens where we randomly, this collective randomly purchases from licensed producers online storefronts and then sends those for testing and comes back with real-time lab reports as to what it contains, contaminants, stored this, all of that kind of stuff, and creating a civil run public database that forces the LPs to conform, because it's kind of like a whistleblower agency, if you will. You know what I mean?
Well,
You get enough people.
there's the trifecta.
Yeah, you get
I
enough
think.
people there.
3 good points.
See, everybody's taking this beaten down stance when really you're the fucking consumers out there. You guys are the backbone of every licensed producer in Canada. You're the consumers. You fucking make your voice known loud and louder than loud. And you create enough of a coalition of Canadian citizens that are members to this society, and you'll force the LPs to change. You'll get the weed you want. It might take you a couple years, but as consumers, you'll get the weed you want. You know why they don't make Model Ts anymore? Because people want fucking Lamborghinis.
We've come a long way with the automobile. Okay, I'm not going to give him. He made a good point with that one.
All right, so we're done then.
Drop that mic.
So, where were we?
Sorry.
Probably you could find it in the chat, right? The chat is usually just a moment behind us. Where you
Yeah,
can
they got
pick
all
up
of that.
what we were talking about.
They got
a
it
minute
all
ago.
going on. I think we should smoke a fucking sublimator, bud. We got some sublimator weed here. The sublimator strain, if you will.
I haven't smoked any of that.
No, I don't think you
What?
did.
Really?
I didn't have it with me when I was at your
Created
place
for
yesterday.
The sublimator.
Yeah. So our bros over at Requiem Seeds really, really honored the fuck out of Enrico
Nice.
and I, and created a strain called the Sublimator. That's really pretty fucking superior, I have to say. It's very strong weed.
Smells nice.
Yeah, it's dank. It's got one of those permeating kind of aromatics where you put it in a bag and it starts to smell more. And you put another bag on that bag and it smells more.
You get into a cab, it smells even more.
Yeah, what is with cabs? I mean, wouldn't it be cool
Yes.
back in the day, when the broker scene was rampant,
With
to
the-
just do all your show and tells in a cab because weed just smells so much stronger in taxi cabs. Airports too. Weed smells
Yeah.
very strong in
It's
airports.
really strong.
Really
in the
strong in
airport.
airports.
Hey, I got
It's
some.
like, what the fuck?
I got some airport kush.
Like, why is that?
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's out. Cannabis is out of the fucking baggie.
Oh yeah, you called it. You called it a long time ago with when it started happening in America. You said that now it's just going to fall like dominoes.
Yeah.
And it's true. All over the world. Greece, Portugal, fucking Italy.
Coming
Everywhere,
down.
man. Everywhere. Sure, they're regulating stuff to CBD and low THC and stuff, but that'll all change.
We'll have to.
All of that will change.
You just got to be careful, though, with these slimy politicians, how they're just fucking grabbing as much money as they can.
Yeah, that's the name
Right.
of the game. They did the same thing in the online pharmaceutical craze. They did the same thing in the computer craze. It's just the way it goes.
But they didn't do it so openly as in the cannabis.
No, it's because
craze,
we
right?
didn't have such an open society. It's not
But
that
now everybody knows and is seeing it. So start calling them up on it if you get a chance. Like really
these guys
call
are
them
like,
up
man,
on
we're
it.
not doing anything different. It's just you guys and your computers and
It's
all
just
your
that you're
social
seeing
media
it,
and you're back
right?
and forth and all of your communicating and your
It's not our fault.
Your socially conscious expanding networks. We didn't have those 20 years ago, so you couldn't call us on it.
It's not our fault. You
Damn!
You know what
I
we're doing.
actually pictured Napoleon Dynamite as a politician. Gee,
It's very close to the truth.
super mad that he's been caught. I've been stealing from you guys for 20 years. Ugh.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck anymore. Right? They're just in this high gear, doing whatever the fuck they want, and trying to figure out.
They in
just
some
as-
kind of mode.
trying to get as much money as they can. Like every level of government, from the smallest town to the fucking giant cities, are all just lathering over every opportunity to make a fucking few bucks off legalizing cannabis. Fuck off. You shouldn't, like, really, there's no cost to having it here. There's really no cost. Except the fake shit that you've made up. So that you can suck all that money out of the taxpayers. Holy fuck. What happened? When did this become a thing? to do openly and not give a fuck. But I think this could be their undoing to a large degree because they've been doing this all along. But cannabis has been illegal all along. Now it's going to be legal. And then now you just can't be doing whatever the fuck you want with a legal thing. Somebody sue you.
Yep. That's going to be amazing when the first
over lots of stuff.
When the first defamation stuff happens.
Oh God, it's just they're gonna be lined up.
Wouldn't it be crazy to actually do a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe to fund a retroactive defamation, going after all of the medical community and stuff for the damage that they did to your brand? Now you know how hard it is to launch a brand because of all the shit you guys put out, all of the lies, and now we're up against this wall and we have to approve. We have to like get public approval on stuff that you know.
We can't use the word dank.
Retroactive.
Dink, 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 dink.
No, that's just in Quebec.
You cannot show cannabis associated with vitality.
So did Emery get arrested yet?
No.
Really?
No. He's in Malta.
He's like, fuck this, man.
Yeah.
You suck, Quebec.
Saying.
Get arrested.
No, they wouldn't arrest him in Montreal. He tried to talk them into it. I love the guy. All these years.
You really should arrest me because I'm clearly breaking the law right now in your face.
And he said, please arrest me. And I thought, wow, things have changed under legalization. You used to say, please don't arrest me. But
do it.
Now,
I dare you. Arrest me. I'll change you
arrested.
from the inside,
Oh,
motherfuckers.
those were the days when you didn't have to beg to be arrested.
They're scared. They're like, no, it's going to change our penitentiaries.
It's rather Orwellian.
Don't do it, don't do it.
Everything's backwards. Like, you know, what you say is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
It's really quite amazing.
There's never a dull moment in the world.
Yeah.
It
It's
would
pretty
seem.
stunning when you look at it, right? What everyone's trying to spin.
France called Quebec and said, no.
No, no.
Oh, no.
No, no.
We have to leave this man alone.
No. No soup for you.
And then they didn't understand each other at all. Because it's different French.
Oh, no, it's the same. No.
Yeah, no is the same, yeah. No, I don't know what's going to happen. All the young people will be coming out of Quebec this summer. They will all leave
mass
Quebec.
exodus.
Yeah, that's because weed is so oppressed there.
The mass
Right.
exodus to Regina.
Yeah, a lot will go to Regina. I
Oh, for
would
sure.
think
Saskatchewan, I think, has a pretty sound craft model, no? Like a small, they don't
Well,
they're
they're
allowing
Back that up. A mass exodus from what?
from Quebec
from Quebec. Young people, hippies in vans.
to Saskatchewan. They're going to go straight to
Yeah.
Regina.
There's a really bad joke in this.
There is, if we thought about it.
Oh, you don't even have to think that much.
Yeah, man.
So,
It's just there. The joke's right there.
Regina, I'm in you.
well, Saskatchewan.
All the Instagram posts from Quebecois. Hello, Regina. I'm in you.
But
He can
I
say
think
that
in
French.
Saskatchewan, they determined who should get a retail license by having a lottery,
Is that racist?
which,
No, it's kind of nationalistic.
Listen to Greg.
what? No, I was saying that in Saskatchewan, they determined who would get to sell weed by having a lottery. So they said, hey, we don't give a fuck about anybody who cares about cannabis. Let's have a lottery. Don't
Yeah.
leave it to random
Well, Quebec loves lotteries.
chance
I
of
mean,
who's going to get
Saskatchewan
one.
loves lotteries.
Like, really? Lazy motherfuckers wouldn't do a thing. We'll have a lottery. We could drink while we're having the lottery. But at any rate.
At the curling rink.
So there's certain none of these young Quebec people are going to go to Manitoba because it's equally as oppressive.
Maybe even a little more.
Alberta, a lot of coming
I
to
guaranteed
Alberta.
Emery would have been arrested in Manitoba for...
Oh, he could get arrested there. But the wave of Quebecers, if you will, I don't know how to say wave in French.
A wave.
A wave.
Somebody will come up with it.
It's a
probably.
wave.
But this wave of Quebec, and they will combine with the youth of Manitoba as they get there, and the migration will continue west, where cannabis laws and access are much better.
And most of them will.
Alberta will create a border and tear gas.
Well, that's most of them will just stop in Alberta.
The Alberta people in Alberta won't let them stay there.
We'll just stop
they-
there and they'll be like,
they will
oh,
Start
fuck.
shooting
Continue
tear gas.
on.
BC's pretty far.
They're going to
Let's just stay
continue
here.
on to the coast. So, we'll be seeing y'all next summer. Should be fun, I think.
Should be.
See you for 420.
Yeah. Come for 420.
Come for 420. Stay for the weed.
Stay for
Hey, that should be a slogan.
Yes.
A BC slogan. Come for 420. Stay for the weed. Beautiful British Columbia.
We should take over the word BC Bud before they get it.
No, I think I know who's got it, actually. I think somebody's got that trademarked.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you know him, that's okay with me. Then he's okay with me. But, no, it's a fucking bunch of nonsense, actually. They throw the term BC Bud around a lot here under legalization as who's going to get to claim such a thing. Government people use it, and the LPs around here use it too, talking BC Bud and blah, blah, blah. And you go, fuck off. It was bud grown in British Columbia. That was it.
Probably.
It's not
technically
it was never a
Spanish or
measure
Dutch
of
weed.
quality by any stretch. Nobody, like, really, any bud that was grown in BC, if in fact sold on the black market easily.
Yeah, even the shitty stuff.
Yeah.
Even the stuff that was like shitty when it was bought and then blasted and then dried and then resold as dried weed. Even that stuff sells.
Yep. So
That's super yummy, Al.
BC
Yeah.
bud became popular because
Shout
there
out to
was
Requiem
so many
Seeds.
more people here growing weed, and they had extra.
Yeah, BC Bud was
Right?
just...
They didn't have extra in Mississippi.
No.
They didn't have extra in Saskatchewan.
Well, they did. They had the extra BC Bud.
Yeah. But then there became a time when nobody wanted BC Bud.
That's because too many people were shipping those fucking Beaster packs.
Somebody,
I just got a text message. It's 444, and I got a text message from
English?
somebody saying, Beasters. See, everybody knows.
four, yeah.
You know, it's funny, like, here in BC, people are like, yeah, BC Bud, but you talk to people in California, it's like, yeah, Beasters.
So there was a time when a load, probably of fucking Mexican weed, was passed around as BC Bud.
No, you know what killed it? Juicy fruit and hemp star.
Well, the thing went out at that time about not having red hairs on it anymore.
Yeah, and that's where
whatever.
juicy fruit came into play.
So they banned red hairs.
Yeah.
So
Orange and red pistillate hairs in the high consumption states were not basically buying that kind of weed anymore.
So they
lime-
came to my seed desk and asked for strains that didn't grow red hairs.
Yeah.
And that's how that went. So, what the fuck?
And then
It's
Jammers.
just
Hi, everybody.
Jammers was created, mass produced, and became one of the largest exports and ruined the reputation for BC of having high quality weed. See, back when it was like the old Afghani hash plant haze, when it was like those really heavy, like the old Hindu Kush, those old fucking dank fucking strains. That's when BC had a big name.
Yeah, And in reality, I believe it that just is because we were growing weed, which had a lot to do with Mark selling seeds.
Yep.
Right here, and real close, right? And a little bit better conditions for growing outdoors than in a lot of places.
Yep.
So, you know, like, all we really want is people come forward with good fucking weed.
Do it.
When you start doing that,
do it. I dare you.
then people pay attention.
Do it. I don't think you're ready. Do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. Step up with the good. You're not ready for that. Come on. Don't even kid yourself. You're not ready for that.
You got way too big, too
All right,
fast.
you got another chance. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go on.
Nah, you're not ready. Yeah, come on. You're not ready for that.
You got too big, too fast, kid.
Baby steps.
Too big, too fast. Now your head's swimming.
Hey, you
And you
started off running and now you got to crawl.
Yeah, what's that on your shirt? Powdery mildew? Huh? What's that bug? Those bugs in your hair. What the fuck?
Hey, look at that. Your weed's got hammocks from bud to bud.
Well, I don't know. If I had access to billions of dollars to do this, I think I could do it without powdery mildew and bugs.
Mm-hmm. Terpenes. Simple terpenes. Just emit terpenes in the air.
So why has no one else thought of doing that rather than...
Overgrow.
Like, who the fuck in their right mind increases their grow production by fucking greenhouses?
In Canada. In not just in Canada, but in
the worst
BC,
places, everywhere.
Where we got like major, just natural powdery mildew all over this
Yeah.
place, like fucking Blackberry Central, where there's like so much powdery mildew.
Yeah.
Really? That's a
And
sound approach.
on a bright, hot, sunny day, it's 85% humidity.
But whatever.
Everywhere. But, so, this is just an indication.
Hats off to the motherfucker that's going to be able to grow good weed in that condition, because you're going to be a master anywhere else in the world.
Well,
Take that show to Spain and you'll be a fucking king.
it's somewhat possible. You would have to think. But overcoming the humidity and overcoming the fucking other horrible parts of growing in a greenhouse, then what's the fucking point? But you didn't know. That was it. Because the guy, the master grower, he's been growing on the island outdoor for fucking all these years. Right? Average weed that happens to sell in a black market. Right? It always, because there wasn't enough and the cops were coming. Always.
Coincidentally, nothing's changed.
No. They took all that from the black market to these LPs.
There's still not enough and the cops are coming.
Right? So they didn't realize that there was a lot of stuff going on in the black market that didn't really need to be going on, and maybe not going on right because of prohibition, because of the pressure we were under to get this product growing and out to the marketplace. and the cops were coming. Right? So, master growers. And I have not, in all my entire career, and met fucking, I don't know how many thousands of growers and talked to millions more. None of them grow the same.
No.
Not one. Go, wow. Like, who's setting the standard here? Who's the master grower you got? And they all, quite frankly, thought they were the master grower.
Well, it's all a big pissing match, isn't it? Mine's the best. Mine's this. Mine's so
Well,
special. Blah,
I
blah,
really
blah,
hope my
right?
weed's not the best, because that means when I get immune to my weed, there's nothing else is gonna work. That means there's no more hope. That means like the hope is gone.
Right.
Yeah, my weed's the best. I don't even want to look at any other weed because why? My weed's the best.
But
That's silly.
I'm not.
Love looking at weed.
I'm not offering.
Show
to
me your weed. I
suggest-
want to see it. I hope it's better than mine.
Yes, me too. But in a way, too, it was always nice that, like, a lot of people came to me over the years with the weed that they grew that they were so very proud of, and in their mind and feeling it was the best, or the hash that they made from it or whatever, and not always that was the case.
Well, I really think that
Still,
weed has such a metaphysical strength, and if you're growing weed, it is going to be the best for you. It's going to get you higher than, even if it's ugly, if it's this, if it's that, it'll get you, the grower, higher than
cannabis
anything
is
else.
amazing.
Because there's that personal, physical, emotional, there's that connection, there's that relationship. And I think that cannabis is one of those things that does communicate in that way. And that's why everybody thinks they have the best weed, because when they grow their own weed, even if it's shitty, when they smoke somebody else's weed, it's not doing it.
Well, I want to say thank you, cannabis, for being
too.
so kind.
I love you, weed.
will, to be able to offer what you do under damn near any set of circumstances. No matter what we've done to you, you've still come through in the end.
Yeah. Still
Oh, yeah.
surviving colonization nicely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Marijuana has always shown
Cannot be measured.
it will survive.
It's true.
Right? That's the basis, the element of it all, right? It just keeps on going.
People have grown weed in fucking Pepsi bottles.
Pepsi bottle!
Cut a Pepsi bottle in half.
I grew weed in a nylon stocking.
You could do. You. God, I'm
Filled-
not.
filled with
I'm
sand.
not gonna go
Filled
there
with
with
sand
the
and marbles.
jokes.
No, I did. Filled it with sand and marbles and grew weed in that.
Well, that would no doubt worked.
It did.
Inside a light bulb.
Inside, I wanted to get it really close to a light, so I built it inside of a
Inside the
light
light
bulb. I
bulb.
built a light bulb big enough to house my weed plant. And grew it right inside the bulb. Then I couldn't figure out how to get it out.
So I don't know. It's fairly interesting to see where the experts are going to rise to here in the marijuana world. But if in fact one would have to assume that they didn't, all these different companies that have hired people have not found two that do it the same.
This sublimator joint is still
It's
fucking
kicking
going.
my ass.
And every grower, as we've established, thinks their weed is the best, no matter what. So when they go to people who don't know anything about cannabis, they are naturally saying, my weed is the best. So they hire them, and maybe theirs isn't.
It's irresponsible to say your weed's the best.
Well, they certainly don't make a peep about it. I don't hear tweets saying they got good weed, or Canopy or Aurora saying, "Oh, we got the fucking best blue dream you've ever seen." Why? I guess they're not allowed to, which is convenient, eh? Because they don't have to make claims to back up, or
See, that's what I don't
Even
don't
celebrate
understand,
it.
because there's strains that are still being called their actual strain name.
yep, it's a free for all.
I think it's an actual it's a personal choice of the LP.
Well, it would seem so.
Wow. Holy fuck. Wow. Holy shit. Try that.
What are you smoking? A movie?
Fuck. I am. It's Top Gun.
It's like a TV.
That's
you're
fucking Top
smoking
Gun
on.
in there. Whew. You know that
You
scene?
stick that in your mouth
That
and
scene where he's
download it.
barrel rolling? I just did that. I just went through that scene.
What do I have to do?
Just inhale.
Put it in your mouth and suck.
Just inhale, bro. That's some fucking Burma haze.
Wow.
Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
What substance is in here?
Burma haze.
In bud form?
In bud form.
Oh,
It's not
wow.
gonna blow up in his face or anything, right?
That's pretty nice.
Stores and Bickle, man. From the people that
Oh,
brought you Volcano.
Volcano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Is it safe? Hasn't
safe.
blown up in anyone's
No.
pocket
This
or
is
face or...
that's German engineering. They don't outsource that stuff.
You know that stuff. Huh? I don't get it.
I do. I just got one. This is a good one too.
I don't get one.
Oh, they have them downstairs.
Oh, is that right?
307 West Hastings.
Vancouver, BC.
Stores and
Oh,
Bickle
for
Mighty.
the,
Open 7 days a week.
You can order one online too.
Huh?
what is it called? Exactly.
Stores and Bickle Mighty.
The Mighty.
And Bickle.
The Mighty. Look at that, it's still green.
What?
Yeah, man.
Really? You don't
Yeah.
have to stir it all around, doesn't get all stuck.
So how many pops I did off of that? You
It's
did
not fussy?
2 or
It's
3.
not a fussy thing?
It's a really.
It seems so discreet.
I'll tell you what, I didn't bring it with me. If you get yourself a smoke buddy,
Do that,
It's your
nobody
sippy
give a
cup.
shit.
just like
It's your sippy cup on transit. There you go.
my digital.
No one would bat an eye. You do that. Drink it.
Well, you know what I like about it is being able to go to public places.
Maybe my nose run.
I carry a smoke buddy with me usually,
Yeah.
and a smoke buddy is a carbon filter system that you can exhale into.
Good. I thought
Oh,
it was
one
a
of
human.
those little...
My smoke buddy comes with me. I carry him.
It's just it's a little homie that you keep in the fucking. That's my smoke buddy. We get him really high and send him to the store.
It's kind of hard to see, though.
That was a pretty good thing.
It's a pretty good thing.
Perfect for church.
Especially with the smoke buddy because there's no aroma. There's no.
Well,
Well, of course there is. If you
especially-
don't smoke marijuana, you're going to smell this device a mile away.
Not with a smoke buddy.
Really?
Well, the smoke buddy, you're exhaling through a carbon filter.
But what
You're-
about the stuff that comes out of your nose and everything else?
don't
You're exhaling through a carbon filter.
What do I do here, Al?
suck.
Just that's all you do?
You breathe.
Suck.
Breathe. I think so.
Put it to your mouth and breathe.
Okay. Here we go.
There's a button, but it's got nothing to do with anything. Proof of.
It's just a proof of concept button.
Well, yeah, it tastes pretty much like a sublimator does. Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Which is very handy.
that's nice.
Handy. Mighty?
Mighty.
Stores.
Now they
Stores
have
and Bickle Mighty?
They have another one
I
called the
dropped the Bickle.
Crafty.
Huh? Crafty.
They have a Crafty, but the Crafty I don't really like. The Crafty's smaller, but you got to control it through your phone.
What?
What?
Yeah, well, it's got presets.
on.
It's got like three.
No.
It's got like 3 presets, so that you know if your phone's dead, then you can still use it. But really, that's fucking gimmicky. I wouldn't expect German technology to come out with something so gimmicky. You know,
Simple.
very simple.
Even the right-handed can use it.
Well, it's ambidextrous.
I don't know.
See, it's like this because you can put
I
that
have a
on.
little vape pen.
anyway.
I vape on the bus. You know, like
What?
it's like
What?
strictly a left righty thing. Hey,
You can
that's
just
nice.
switch it for everyone.
Yeah.
Pass it to them.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I have somebody that looked at mine and was like, "Huh, your mouthpiece is on the other side." And I just laughed. And I took it off and I did that. And they're like, "Oh."
Them's fighting words in some places. Why, your mouthpiece is on the other side. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're crazy.
Boom! That was good.
Getting high on the mighty.
High and
High
mighty.
and mighty, yo, boom! You think that's what they were thinking?
No.
Yeah, for sure. They will sit around, they'll be all stoned, and they will say, I am high and mighty.
Oh, we're so clever.
Huh. Hans is so
And
clever.
then they will eat the chocolate.
Here's how witty, Mom.
Let's finish for the day now.
Okay,
Well, good on them. There was an article that I saw too about the Dutch coming to
Dutch are
Canada. The Dutch grow masters.
What do you mean coming?
coming to Canada.
They're already here,
Well,
man.
this is the way the media reports it, right? Because they never heard of cannabis until yesterday.
Oh, those guys.
See, people who write cannabis articles are then fired. And then the news people go look for new people and they say, have you heard anything about cannabis?
I mean,
And
like
if
on-
you say no, you get to write the next thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what it is.
Never heard of it.
It's their
And they go,
initiation.
you're perfect for this.
New
mission."
journalist initiation.
Yeah. Years ago, the many documentary companies came to the store here and did stuff about us and what was going on here. And they did one after the other identical reports. They were identical. It was hilarious after a while. And these are like CNN and Rolling Stone and fucking, I don't know, I can't remember them all, but I think it was BBC came in and they were going to do, and they were talking to me. And I said, so, are you guys going to do the same documentary as everyone else has done? And they went, what? Other documentaries? And I'm going, really? Like, you didn't know that?
Yeah, you thought this is the first one.
This-
You're like,
Watched
you think you're.
anything? You just, yeah.
And they didn't. And I said, oh, so
So
are,
arrogant.
you are going to do the same one as
My
them.
goodness.
It was hilarious. Now, and even today, like even up to today, the same kind of response. Like you're not really talking to this person that's interviewing you. Like they're just off in another fucking world, not giving a shit what you're saying, and do not come back with any question or query based on anything you've said. And you go, what the fuck? They're
You just
just,
sort of take it like a song and they edit it and make it sound like what they want.
yep, which they had in their
That's
mind.
a producer's job. They're not journalists. They're producers,
Yeah.
right?
And they had the idea in their head when they came in.
Yeah.
And
Because
they
they
leave
have a
with that.
biased, view. It's journalism's supposed to be unbiased.
No,
It's
these
not,
guys are reporters.
right.
They're just there to report. They're not doing any journalism.
they're
There's
just-
zero journalism.
It's not like in Spider-Man when you had Jameson. What was his name?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Jonah Jameson, the editor of the Spider News or whatever it was.
Daily
We need fresh blood. Send in Dale. Sir, Dale's in grade 8. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, bless his heart, Stan Lee. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the good times, brother. That was a whole
right.
fucking.
That was a long run, Stan.
Yeah.
That was a.
good, right? He was working right up till the day he died.
It was big in my childhood.
95.
All of those comic books. Who knew? Like you didn't even know there could even be people behind doing this. You didn't know it was just a Spider-Man comic that fucking you.
Well, through entertainment, I think he's changed the perception.
Excelsior!
Things, right? So
Yeah.
people's
Oh, no.
view on things that important things.
Well, there was lots of social commentary. Yeah, good on him, and the world will miss him. His cameos in all those movies.
Some big shoes to fill in the fucking comic book world.
Apparently, he just finished one, a last one before he passed away.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we got
Wow.
one more coming. So,
Nice.
I'm sure
Well,
they'll CG.
I
him
think
into
the
things,
franchise will fucking continue.
Right? There's probably 100 that hit the floor that they'll, they save some of them go through again.
Yes. Well, it was fun while it lasted.
Right?
So yeah, what else? That's it.
Is that
I
it?
think we've solved all the problems that were presented to us.
I think so.
I don't know.
We've called for the rally of a civil coalition to stand strong and report the inferior products within the licensed producer system. We've what else did we do?
We made the
There was
conflict
3 points you made.
interesting.
Yes.
I don't remember the other.
I think
2
we had
points.
fun. And just so you know, Rose was here.
Rose is here. She's actually still here.
I don't think I even introduced you.
Yeah,
There you
she's
go.
right
And
there.
Just like
I'm thrilled.
Whatever. Just headless, faceless
No, you're right there.
Well,
person.
See you right there.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
high and mighty.
You just waved to yourself on the screen.
Hello.
Wave.
No, I'm waving to the chat, and I should be waving at the camera. You know?
Yes, this is. We get confused by the chat. Don't mind us.
Do you remember when we had the chat like bigger?
No.
No, I'm used to
I was
waving
like-
at a screen is what it is, right?
I wasn't
And
ever
forget.
looking at the camera. I was always just looking. Like
Yeah, I was looking straight up at the chat.
Yeah. Hello?
But you lost me at. Do you remember?
doing stuff like
What? You lost me like, 2 threads ago. No.
Well, hope it all goes good for everybody out there.
Yeah.
We were smoking the good shit.
Yeah, man.
It's delicious.
Too bad it's not smell-o-vision, right?
Smell of vision. It's coming.
It is.
Oh yeah, you bet. They'll infuse your TV with
Oh, yeah.
cannabis
Oh yeah.
as soon as they can figure out how to do that, and they're working on it
Oh, we
right
know
now.
how to do that.
Everybody's working on
Well,
If you guys want to know how to do that, we've got it.
it. Yeah.
We've got the
Drop
the
it
rough
on your head.
blueprint. We're seeking funding right now to actually build the first home theater prototypes.
It's called
Smell-O-Vision.
it's called Smokescreen.
Yeah.
Called Smokescreen.
See the chat for.
Maybe it was a little
e-transfer
too soon for that
details.
reveal, but that's okay. That's okay. Now you guys know what it's called. You'll be looking for it. And anytime you see the word smokescreen in a publication, you're going to be, is that it? Is that it?
That's the one they were talking about on the show.
Yeah.
That they never did anything about.
Oh, no.
Somebody probably stole from them at that moment.
It's happening.
Huh? Well, if you do,
We'd be happy to
Kick back a bit.
sign over our drawings and all of our
Oh,
our literature on it thus far for the right price.
Right. Yeah.
yes, size
It's a very simple concept
contribution.
with a large digital database and some processors attached to it.
A lot of bytes.
A lot of bytes. Yeah,
So keep that
3.
under your hat.
3 of them. That's how many it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
3 bytes. Well,
That's what the owl said, anyways.
until next time, I highly recommend that you go out and read the ever popular novel Mocha Dick.
Mocha Dick about
Look
the
it up.
Indonesian
Don't bring that.
about the Indonesian white whale.
That's fucking racist.
Look it up. It's good it's good family fun close to
True.
the
No,
holidays.
it's not.
It's true. Doing that right now. Who's the author of it?
I don't know.
Hang on,
That's
let's,
his name.
let's find out right now.
I don't know.
Was it with a K or a CH?
Come on.
That's not in there, man.
Mocha Dick?
I'm
Come on.
looking right.
After
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
reads
yeah.
Through pages of pornography.
Yeah.
he'll
Here we
find
go.
the
The
correct
white
link.
whale of Southwest Indonesia.
It's true.
or
And
something
he
like
was an
that.
actual real whale.
Huge title.
Yeah.
All right, so Mocha Dick was a sperm whale. You can't
He-
make this stuff up.
He said-
Mocha Dick was a sperm whale that lived in the Pacific Ocean in the early 19th century, usually encountered in the waters near Mocha Island off the central coast of Chile. American explorer and author Jeremiah N. Reynolds published his account, Mocha Dick, or the White Whale of the Pacific, a leaf from a manuscript journal in 1839 in the Knickerbocker. Everybody remembers the Knickerbocker of
Yeah.
1839, a very
Everybody
famous publication that housed such heartwarming stories as Mocha Dick.
Quite a bit
What's
of.
that?
Quite a bit
Mocha
of-
Dick was he was an albino and partially inspired Herman Melville's 1851 novel Moby Dick.
Partially.
Did you write that?
Yeah, I write lots of Wikipedia pages.
Yeah. Don't sleep much.
Hey, they've been hitting everybody up for $3 lately.
I'm known by
Have you seen that?
I'm known in the knowledge circles as Al Wiki.
Oh, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia Al.
But no indication. Lots of explanation about where the name Mocha came from.
Mocha Island
No
off the coast of
mention
Chile.
of why the dick part. The dick part.
Because he's a sperm whale.
And it must have been.
I mean, no.
It must
I'm
have
sure
been-
that's what it is.
Must be a knee slapper back in
Dying.
those
You know.
days.
Well, in the Knickerbocker, you couldn't make
You couldn't,
like
I
you
guess.
could only sort of make a suggestion. You know,
You could only say dick.
an unassociated. Ha
Many
Mocha
times.
dick
Stop!
is what they say in the Knickerbocker.
Stop!
Well, the Knickerbocker was
So-
a very conservative publication.
And I think, well, no, I won't think about it anymore.
You think about what he thinks.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, bye.
Thanks for joining us. Good to
Later.
see you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Have a lovely evening. The weather's been very balmy here
Right?
in
Everywhere.
Vancouver.
But
It's
still
like a
pretty fucking good for November.
14 degrees on the plus side. I'm talking here.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Not like the
It's
rest of
warm up
Canada.
North too.
Quite warm. It's raining today, but still warm. Like 9. Feels like 8. If you can, and you can envision that, can
It
you?
felt more like 9 personally, but
Feels like 8.
yeah, 8. I could see that.
So
Depends on which side of the building you're standing on.
Must have seen that scene.
I seen the scene across the
Dick
scene.
and Jane over there. Right? Yeah.
how do I know what 9 feels like? When I have
I
to
know
wait
it
for
smells
another
like
day
it.
when it's 10 and feels like 9 to go out and go, okay, well, that's what 9's like. So if it feels like, they say
Smells
it's
like-
9, I know, have a frame of reference. If it feels
true.
like 8, then I'll know.
For real.
And
Oh,
it
yeah,
tastes
you're
like
right.
chicken.
Totally.
So thanks for joining us. Thanks to Anil for keeping us shiny and bright.
Totally.
Well, shiny, anyway.
Bright.
And nice of Rose to join us too. And we'll see you all next time here on the ranch.
Sometime.
I'm Marijuana Man. Peace. And pod.
Is that